Hi guys, continuing with Stardust. If you think in terms of the lyric, we were up to When Our Love Was New. It's a G7, G diminished. Okay, now we're going to continue on with new stuff. This is a D minor 7 with a G in the bass. So if you bar all 6 strings, put the ring finger on string 3, 5th fret. Pick the 6th string, pick the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. So here we go. 6th string, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. Put the pinky down on the 2nd string to get the E melody note. Now we're going to revert to the G7 bar chord. Pick goes all the way through to the 1st string for that G melody note. Come back, play the 2nd string, which is a D, without moving anything. Now we're going to go to an E flat, keep the bar, but just put fingers 2 and 3 on the 2nd and 3rd strings. Okay, so we're going for that G7 sharp 5, and the sharp 5 is actually one of the melody notes, which is kind of cool. Okay, beginning of this little bit, we have a D minor 7 with G in the bass. Go to G7, keep the bar, play the 2nd string D, add with the ring finger, E flat, play the G on the 1st string again. Now we just do a nice easy C major 7 open position. The E on top is our melody. F major 7, barring the first 3 strings. The A on top is our melody. E minor 7. Play an open A, jump up here, play what looks like a diminished shape. It's actually going to function as an A7 flat 9. Okay, now we're going to bar the first 4 strings. We've got middle finger on string 3, pinky on 1st string. This is actually our D9, and here's the melody. Take the pinky off, play the 1st string again. Okay, let's see. One more time. E down to D. Pinky's on the C, 2nd string, 13th fret. Take the pinky off, play the 2nd string again for that A note. Play an open E. So, a little complicated. One more time. While the open E is sounding, you can reposition. Play an F sharp note on the 2nd string, 7th fret. Now play that note again, but we're going to put an A minor 7 underneath it. Okay? From the D9, now think of open A along with barring 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, 5th fret. Put the pinky down on the 1st string for the B melody note. Now we're going to jump down to the 3rd string, 7th fret. That's D, D flat to C. The top of a D9 to get that A melody note on the 1st string. Play a D melody note. Now we're back to G7. Play a D minor 7 bar chord. Just bar the first 3 strings, 10th fret. It's another D minor 7 with our D note on top. Now we're barring 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, 3rd fret. I've got my pinky on the 3rd string. I've got my ring finger on the 5th string. This is a D minor 7. Most of you probably know it. Then we play an A melody note. So there's a lot happening here. Let's go from today's new stuff. D minor 7 with G in the bass. C major 7 going to F major 7. E minor 7. Open A. A7 flat 9. Looks like a diminished. Change that to a D9. Okay, so that last part where we go down on the third string, you could do that and have single notes, D, D flat, C, or what I just did now was, if you want to throw in a little more harmony, it would be D, D flat, C down here, okay? So you know your D7 that you learned first week of guitar lessons. I'm only playing that as far as the second string. So, quick recap from today's new stuff. Now we need a D7 with A on top, which is right here. And then we need D7 with D. Let's just play the D melody note. G7, D minor 7, down to this D minor 7 we did earlier because we need the D root on top. A melody note and resolves to the G note on top of a G7. Now we start another Beyond the Garden Wall when stars are bright. So we're going to go up, and this time we're going to do a chord underneath our C melody note, and this is a F sharp. If I could reach the F sharp, that's the root. This is a dominant with a sharp 11. So we have F6. This is like the earlier part. So it's really repeat. A7 flat 9, A7 sharp 5 because my F is the melody note, so it requires a sharp 5. Back to this little D minor 7 with D on top. A7 flat 9 with A on top. Back up to the other A7 flat 9, which looks like a diminished. Now we're going to go to a B flat 13 sharp 11. Okay, it's a little hard to see. First string 12th fret, second and third strings 13th fret, and the fourth string 12th fret. Okay, now what's coming up is a B flat dominant chord. So on the B flat dominant, we're going to have this position. Now here's your bar chord. Here's this one. And we're just going to come down again with the melody. Like we did the first time around in the first video. High D note. C. Chord. Play the second string G. Now a B7 flat 9 chord. Now, E minor 7 would be on top. A7 flat 9 with E on top, second string. D minor 7. Play the root first, then all the way through for the A. A7 sharp 5. That's E, F. And now it resolves to a D melody note, again with the D minor 7 underneath. Okay, so we've got a good chunk of it under our belts now. Let's try from today's new material. C major 7, F major 7. tiny bit more. Second string, E, D, F major 9, F sharp note, and then an F6. Okay, so it's F major 9, just a little walk down to a B flat 7, C, D, C major 7 with E on top, E minor 7 with B in the bass, A minor 7 with A in the bass, play a G bass note, come up here, play an A minor 7, E7 sharp 9 sharp 5. We're going to bar the first two strings, 8th fret, F6. This is an A7 with E in the bass, then a little E flat diminished. Okay, D minor 11. So it's G7 with a G on top, G7 with the F, take the pinky off, play the D, C6, okay, video's getting a little long. We'll touch this up more the next time, but that takes you almost all the way through the tune. If you put it together with the first two videos, the first video was the verse or the introduction for the song. The second video was the first chunk of this melody. And work on that. Let me know if you have any questions. If it's helpful to you or if you learn anything from it, just give me a like. Consider subscribing. I've got about 60 of these videos up now. And next time we're going to cap it off and finish off Stardust by Hoagy Carmichael. Okay, have fun, keep practicing.